What's up, Toronto?
We are the Aliens, and you are watching
Q&A with Lady K.
Meow, meow, meow.
Seen 1,000 galaxies, seen 1,000 girls. Let me ride your wave, promise not to fly away from outer space like miles away. Trying to learn the earth language up and down to say, but all my friends like, as an earth girl, how you really gonna go?
Well, congratulations on the release of your album, We
Yay!
Are the Aliens.
Thank you.
Came out on June 9th, so that's super exciting.
Very much so.
Yep.
What are you guys most proud of from this album?
Well, I'm very proud of the production on it. I got to spaz out on it. I got to go full Kanye. Basically, it was a lot less formulaic, and we got to make 6-minute songs that just develop and, you know, start in area A and go all the way to area Z by the end of it. I'm really proud that we've just had all our ducks in a row for this album as well. It's been a great process, and it's just been easy running through it, you know, and we get to be weird. And weird is cool.
I'm mostly happy about the weird part. I agree with everything you just said, but you know, for a long time I was trying to be cool. It was my thing. Young ILLVIBE was always trying to be cool.
Trying
So
you are
hard.
cool, though.
I know now.
Oh,
Guess
okay,
what happens? Guess what happens?
What happens?
When you stop trying,
You're automatically cool.
she nails it. 10 points. So yeah, so it's been fun to be cool just by not giving a F and going crazy and making songs about whatever comes to our mind, whether or not that there should even really be a song written about that thing. So we had a lot of fun with it for sure.
What motivated you to fuse in all these different genres?
Money.
I wish the answer was money. Well, my man Meyer here is very prolific. That's the way the project even started. Was I became a huge fan of his sound that he was developing, and his production was so crazy. And I said, I just want a little bit of that on my next album. And then when I went in the studio and got a little bit of it, I said, can I have a whole lot more, please? And his thing is he's a punk rock guy, and he loves pop music, and my background is more like soul, R&B, blues influences. And then on the album, you get a real mix of all of those things. There's some weird rock stuff that you would never hear on an ILLVIBE record, and there's some weird bluesy stuff you probably would never hear on a Meyer Clarity record. But we spent a year and a half making super weird music, and then remixing those songs, and then remixing the remixes, and what you finally get on the album is like my favorite Madonna song. It sounds like a remix of a remix of a remix of a remix of a remix, and that's finally what we served up on the album. Is that accurate? We're just like Madonna?
We are Madonna.
Yeah.
And
Mad
you're just
Donna.
You heard it here
Just
first.
as good looking, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What inspired you guys to do the whole science fiction alien theme for the album?
I've always been kind of like a sci-fi guy. Like all my favorite movies are about the end of the world when robots take over and like all this stuff, right? And the sounds that he makes are kind of weird and synthy, and I just thought, what if we fused those things? It's like that kind of tendency for you to produce kind of this out there sound with this nonstop pondering of space and aliens and stuff in my head, and plus all these kind of cool philosophical ideas around us being aliens and this stuff that would be really fun to explore, and kind of nobody had done it. Like I thought that, like, you know, there's a lot of really cool, you know, super groups that run the Jewels of the world and the, you know, Slaughterhouse and all these cool, but no one's really kind of done this like science fiction-y thing really, really well.
Yeah.
And plus you also mess with the alien thing tough too, right?
I'm huge on the alien thing. I like to use the whole alien mythology or whatever. Have it, maybe not mythology, that's probably not the right word. But
I'll allow it.
okay, you'll allow it? All right, good. But I just like to use that because, you know, I'm a pretty weird dude, and like a good like 9 out of 10 people won't really get me when I meet them. I'm just very strange, and it can be off-putting sometimes. So I always thought like maybe I'm an alien, like I'm not part of the human race. So I just always ran with that idea and tried to ramp it up more in the music and really like accentuate that. And then when I found out he was a equally large sci-fi nerd as myself, I'm like, oh well, we got to do something
Obviously,
alien-related,
yeah.
you know. So it was just there from then on out.
Right through, been around the world, seen 1,000 galaxies, seen 1,000 girls. She's on zero gravity, got me to the moon and back, and we gone.
Where do you find inspiration for your lyrics?
For me, I write a lot about life, but on this album, we did kind of something a little bit different in that I think we did a little bit more like poking fun at stuff.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We're like kind of poking fun at pop culture, poking fun at humanity and people, you know. There's a song called UFO where we talk about driving around in a hotboxed UFO, and we're kind of making like references to like all these gangster rap songs about driving around in cars. And so Like, I would never make a song about driving through the hood in my car. I just wouldn't make a song like that. Now, would I make a song about driving through the hood in a UFO? Totally.
That's a whole
And so it kind of gave us
man.
some freedom to kind of go down some of those almost cliche roads, but then flip it on its ass a little bit and give it like, well, how would a Martian write a gangster rap song? So that's a good example of that.
Jazz cabbage in my UFO and yeah.
Precisely.
What tracks are your favorite? If you each had to choose one, what would be your favorite and why?
I'm gonna say, I think my favorites, I've got a few favorites, okay? And
But you can only pick one.
I know, and I've already given love to somebody else for this other song, so I'm gonna give love to a new song that deserves some love.
Okay.
And this song is called Come Too Far. It's probably the next music video and single for the album. It comes out in 2 weeks. It features my man Dean Risco from Los Angeles. He's one of our favorite American artists, and we were so blessed to get him on the album at all. And then we went back a year later and shot a music video in the Hollywood Hills. And then a year later, it's coming out. So it's been this like multi-year project where we keep flying back to LA, meet back up with Dean, now the video, now the release. And so it's been a thing we've been working on for a long time. How about you, Meyer?
Well, interesting you ask. I'll tell you, but first, what is your favorite record on the album?
Oh, I like UFO.
Good answer. I really like UFO. That's number 2 for me. Number 1 would be Accelerated. I really like that one. It's got such a great outcasty vibe. I want to make like just a feel good danceable record, you know, something that resonates with people, you know, just going fast. And I also wanted to explore more of my singing side rather than just always writing raps. So that allowed me to do that and just sort of explore everything musically. I really think like that one just came together. That was my baby. So.
That's yours.
That's what I call
That state line, and I'm still telling my deepest, darkest secrets to those stage lights. I work too hard just to give it up, just to give it all up, just to give it up. I've come too far just to give it up, just to give it all away.
The two of you have worked together previously, but this is the first time you guys actually worked together on an entire album.
Yes.
So what
Big mistake.
What was that like?
huge
So
disappointment.
before this, I mean, really the most we've ever done is like one track. He produced a track on my last studio album. But so this time was very different. I had just kind of purchased a beat and got a sense of having a little touch of Meyer on the album. But in that time spending time with him, I got a sense of like, I legit think
You got a bigger touch of mine.
Oh.
big touch. I was trying to say something nice about you.
Oh, go ahead.
I think he might be one of the premier producers in the country. And people are only just finding out about that because he's younger and he's only got a couple of records out. But because I'm close to him and tour with him, I'm seeing the growth year after year. And it's like, at a certain point, he went from being a notable producer to one of my favorite producers to, you might be the best. And so somewhere in that window, I was like, let me come over and just keep pouring gasoline on this weirdness we got and see what comes from it. And what I love about him, he's the only guy who made me rewrite a verse before. And I've been doing this for a long time. Very rarely is a producer like, no, that's horrible. Change those words. But Meyer's like,
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he never said horrible, but he's
Okay.
like, these words here could go.
Which verse was that?
I don't remember, but I remember you coming out and being like, let's go over your verse. Too many words here.
think it was-
Let's fix your delivery
yeah.
here. He's the only guy to ever make me do that. That's all I'm saying.
I know I cut you short on Accelerated. I remember
You
doing
did.
that.
You cut my verse in half.
Yeah.
See, and as a rapper, a lot of the time you'll get your pride all tied up in it. But I mean, I've been doing this for a long enough time. This is what I want. I want someone
Right.
to come along and be like, all right, you're dragging on now. We're gonna nip it in the bud right here. You perfect, done. You know what? Just get out of the booth. We got it from here. And I love that. It's great. How is it for you working with the legendary ILLVIBE?
You have my favorite gasoline out of all the gasoline I've had over the years. How was it working with you? I mean, it was phenomenal. It's just, you know, you're a very creative individual.
It's true, it's
and
true.
you allowed me to just go full weirdo with it, which I really appreciated. I always love working with this guy because he's one of the most insightful people I know in music. You know, everything that comes out of his mouth is always a phenomenal idea. So I just like being, maybe like a good, like, 27% of the things he says are phenomenal ideas. And I just like being around this guy. You know, he's really mentored me over the years, and he's really helped me step up my career a lot. So I appreciate that. And just, you know, to give him this record and to work with him this closely has just been, you know, it's been phenomenal, and I love it.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said, Maya.
Exactly, you know, I'm gonna have
And
to.
it's on film.
I'm gonna have to
Send that
rag
to
on
me.
him. You know,
Send that to me.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
It won't
now.
always be like that.
You know, I'm gonna call him a total. Can I swear?
Do what you
A
want.
total asshole behind the scenes.
It's barely a swear word.
Piece of shit, motherfucker.
Do you think you guys would work together again on another album?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me take this one. No, yeah. So we're working on like the baby ideas of what would be more alien stuffs. And of course, like we're just now getting the first bits of data on what people love. Like we put out the album, and for the most part, the songs we knew were the strong records, are the strong records. But there's a few that have been pretty quiet, I haven't heard much about. And there's been a few that I thought were like album cuts that we've gotten like 50 messages about. So I'm like, okay, well, we're making another one of those.
Yeah.
You know, people really responded to the song Legends, which is the rappiest song on the album, and therefore, to be honest, one of my least favorite songs, because I'm trying to get away from just being a rapper, much like he said.
Yeah.
And so we made one really great rap record, because we figured, hey, we've got this history of rappers, a lot of rap fans, but just really one really great rap record. And at a certain point, I want the fan mail for that song to stop, because that's not the direction I would like us to go in. But people really like it, and so we're definitely gonna have to add another one of those when we do Aliens Part 2, which we tentatively sort of said we would release in like 2019 or something. So it's, for now, we'll focus on the existing serving of alien stuffs.
Aliens Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's the title now.
It changes. It was Flat Moon Theory before. It changes like every 2 weeks.
And in regards to working together again in the future, I think the next step is for us to get matching tattoos, which I'm still working on. He's not really into it.
Why not?
No, I'm down. He's never brought it up.
Well, I'm bringing it up now. So I'm thinking like, what if we get like an alien on a skateboard with like a joint in his mouth and like a...
Oh, it has to be actually matching, like
legit matching, you know?
It couldn't just be like 2 corresponding tattoos.
Oh, it could be 2 corresponding tattoos.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
Back of my mind sitting on my brain. That's life where every second is pain. I ain't never saying never, no, never ever again. I worked too hard just to give it up, just to give it all up, just to give it up. I've come too far.
Now, just for fun,
Yes,
if you guys actually were aliens,
we are, but okay, continue.
what planet would you call home?
It's B12 or B13? What's the one that the Little Prince is from? It's B12, I think. Yeah,
That's a
B12.
vitamin. Are you talking about?
The Little Prince, is that like a French-Canadian thing? Is it?
The French story.
Yeah, the Petit Prince.
Oh, you've heard of
Yeah,
this?
I've heard. My mom's a French teacher, so,
Oh.
but I have no idea. I've
You got
never read
saved
this
by
story.
that, because any other host would have been like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Anyway, that's the planet I'm from.
B13. He's from B13.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from whatever planet they just discovered. What was that place they just discovered?
Planet Fitness?
No, because they got rid of Pluto, right? They eliminated Pluto, no longer a planet.
No, they made
but
it-
then they found that new constellation of like 3 planets or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember the name on it.
Whatever that shit's called, that's where I'm from.
That's right.
Pluto's an
Okay.
honorary planet again, though.
They brought it back.
Yeah, they did bring it back. And Pluto's like my second. That's like
your
my
second?
summer cottage.
Oh.
This
Okay.
just in, Pluto's a planet again.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Whenever that was announced.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Now,
For
now, in honor of your album, We Are the Aliens, I thought it'd be fun to play a little game.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Lady K, out.